I have now restarted. Three times. Hello everybody. I have a few new followers, so if you don't know me yet, my name is Nancy, but my YouTube friends call me Frenchie. So, hello, and welcome to my channel. And if you don't follow me, please hit the subscribe button. I only have 18 friends to go before I get 500 followers, and that would be awesome. So please follow me if you're not already. So anyway, like I was saying before at the beginning of the video, I've now tried this Persian tile crochet blanket 3 times, and the reason why is I didn't pay attention and didn't realize that she wanted 3 different kinds of hook, and I thought it was 2. And I used a different size hook because it's a different size yarn, and I got all confused because as the pattern goes, she says switch to an H hook, change to a F hook, or whatever. I don't remember by heart the hooks on the pattern, but I'm familiar with the millimeters, and every time I had to look up, okay, what's the G again, what's the H again, and then I was recalculating from my hook. She goes half down, so I have to go half down from the hook I was using, and so I started over again. And again, at this point, I thought it was 2 different hooks, and I was still going with the hook that I wanted. And then she was going with a 3rd hook, which I was using the wrong hook because I went from like hook A to hook B, and then back to A, and then it was C, but I used B. And since I have to make 16 of these, oh, and by the way, that is Missy, so I think she just wants to supervise the video to make sure I do a good job, so I'll do my best. Since I have to make 16 of these, I figured I wasn't going to be very consistent, so I decided to start over again and use the hooks in the pattern. Now, obviously, the gauge will be different, but if I do all the tiles according to her instructions and according to the hook she's using, well, all my tiles will work with each other. So hopefully that'll work out. Now, my other problem is I do have a blocking board, but by the time, because this is not finished, it's a pretty big tile. Like, it's like the size of a placemat. And I'm losing my train of thought. It's bigger than my blocking board, so if you have a suggestion on how to use a blocking board that is smaller than the size of the item you're trying to block, I would really appreciate some advice. So leave that in the comment. Now, my other problem is this blanket uses 7 different colors, and it's starting to look messy in there. So I was trying to figure out a way to pull the yarn through something with holes in it that would just keep them together. And since I'm working in the round and changing color basically every round, is cut the yarn, tie off, and so it wouldn't get all twisted. It won't get all twisted because every time I change yarn I cut it off. And what I came up with, and I'm gonna see if that works out, is using these wooden beads that I'm going to glue together. And Bailey, if you're watching, Bailey Nutshire on the Pearl Creation, I was in her live yesterday and I tried to glue these together with Gorilla Glue. Yeah, this nasty stuff. And I got it all over my fingers. Like, it took me like an hour to pick off all the glue. Wasn't pretty. So they suggested I get a glue gun. So I have a glue gun and I have glue sticks. It's not a high heat gun. It's just a cheap $4 glue gun from the dollar store. Let's see, dollar store. Or the $4 store. And then the $2 store. It's not the $1 store anymore. Although I did get a tiny little chocolate cone thingy that was 98 cents. It was good. So anywho, I'm going to try to stick all these together. I have 7 different colors, but if I put them all in a line, I don't think it will be stable. But it'll be more stable if I stick them, like if I have glue on multiple, whoops, there we go, on multiple sides, so that I'll have them all around like in a square type thing. But it's 7, so I'll probably have to put 8 together, so it, you know, holds. The one that's all by itself might not stay on its own, but if it has 2 more points to anchor it, I guess it will be solid enough. We'll see. They're a little rough on the inside, so I ordered a bead reamer on Amazon, and I can try to sand the inside so that it doesn't, you know, fray my yarn. So I'll make that, and I'll try it, and I'll probably show you what that does, and I'll show you the progress I make on those tiles. And that's going to be like an on and off project. It's might be a Christmas present for my daughter, because she's the one who showed me on TikTok the video about that blanket, and so I just didn't say anything. I just liked it and immediately ordered the yarn for it. And I think I explained before what I was doing with that yarn. I followed the colorways that she had on her pattern, kind of, because the yarn that's used in the pattern is the Stylecraft yarn, but that would have been too expensive. So what I did is, oopsie, just using the value yarn from Michaels, the Craft Smart Value, and looked for the closest color from the color she was using. And basically, this is the color, I think it's cornflower. Yeah, cornflower. The colorway for this one is cornflower, but it matches, kind of matches the teal in her pattern. So I just wrote teal on the label so I wouldn't get confused. And the same thing with all the other colors. Like, I have a red in Stylecraft that's called Cardinal. In or the other way around, it's red in the pattern and Cardinal in Star. I don't know. I don't want to pull the yarn out to see. But again, like all the balls of yarn, I wrote the name of the pattern, the yarn that's in the pattern, on the label that I matched it with. So I wouldn't get confused, because you know, when a pattern has multiple colors, it usually say color A, color B, switch to color C, go back to color A. Well, she names the colors in her pattern. And yes, Missy, do you approve? You approve? Okay. And she actually names the colors, so I figured it'll be less confusing if I wrote the name on the labels. So I'm doing those styles off and on, and hopefully we'll finish by Christmas. Hopefully. And I will also work on my Moroccan tile blanket. I need to get back to it. I only have two kits to go through. I've received them, so it's just a big blanket, and it's in the round, so it's kind of, and it's summer, and it's just heavy and cumbersome to work with. And that's supposed to be a Christmas present from Mom. So, I mean, I got 6 months. Today's the 26th. Yeah, 6 months minus 1 day. So that's what I'm working on. Tonight is Bag O Day's draw for the design, the stitch tutorial contest. So she's drawing 3 names out of 400 odd entries. So I want Bag O Day yarn so bad. So anyway, that's what's going on today, and I guess next time I'll show you something else. Au revoir.